Brownsville, Harlingen, Eagle Pass, which, by the way, we don't get 50 migrants a day, we get thousands. So what we're talking about and what we're saying is it's easy to have empathetic values or insights to open border and weak border policies if you live in the Upper East Side of Manhattan or Malibu. But these are our communities and these are our resources that are being strained. And all we're asking for is for other states, which, by the way, have sanctuary city laws, to start picking up their weight in this crisis that we have caused by the lack of attention from our president.
Frankly, Abraham, I don't know how you as a Mexican American, and I don't know how you can, with a straight face, say that what the governor was simply offering was transportation. Please don't be so cynical. It's a little early in the morning. You know damn well that it was much more than that. Yes, he's trying to bring attention to the crisis on the border, and he's trying to do it through a political stunt by sending these two blue states, blue cities. Let's call it what it is. It is a political stunt. And please don't use your Hispanic last name to come on here and try to, justify this as just offering transportation. If it had been offering transportation, it didn't need to go to a Republican donor. He didn't need to pay more than 3-4 times the amount that it would have cost. He could have simply called the Office of Refugee Resettlement. There are actual organizations in the United States that do this and are funded to do this without this type of thing. The one who wants the media attention is Ron DeSantis.
Abraham?
So I actually spend a lot of time in our southern border, and I invite you to come down and celebrate National Hispanic Heritage Month down there. You'll probably see all of the Hispanic heritage celebrated there. And so that's why I'm saying that what we're seeing in our southern border is lack of attention. Our Border Patrol agents are overworked. There is no federal resources that are even trickling down to our border. So in order for us to say that flying migrants who were homeless, Anna, who had no food, who had no shelter, to a city in a sanctuary state that has more than enough resources is bad, to me, that is complicit to what's going on.
They were
and
tricked.
Quite honestly,
they were
Anna, you can be a
Republican
named... by conviction, or you can be a Republican by convenience, and I choose to act on a conviction.
Let me let Essie get in here. Essie?
Look, what these migrants are saying, what has been documented, is that they were tricked by a woman, so-called Perla, who offered them all sorts of things that were not true. And so these migrants, you know, they're coming from places like Venezuela, like Nicaragua. They're signing papers, they don't know what they are signing. That is called duping, okay? That is not legal. And transporting them across state lines without a full consent and understanding of what is happening, it is absolutely unconscionable and indefensible. The big problem, John, is that right now, if you get to the border, you are allowed to seek asylum. Mm-hmm. And so the border then becomes a magnet. And I think we need to figure out a way so that people can ask for asylum, can petition for asylum, can try to process asylum, not on the border, but in other countries along the way, so that at the same time, they don't have to make this treacherous trek. They don't have to be paying coyotes. They don't have to subject themselves to the threat of sexual assault and sexual, and rape on the part of the women. There's so many other things, dying of heat. Mm-hmm. And so we need to figure, but for that to happen, the law needs to change. The current law allows them to get to the border and apply for asylum.
Well, you know, John, where my heart goes out truly is, I think of my grandparents who are pastors in Mexico. And occasionally they get families of migrants that are going through Mexico and stop at the church and share their stories. And looking at all the minors, unaccompanied minors are crossing our border as well. And I can't just fathom to think of the migrants that didn't make it to our border. My heart goes out for them. My heart also goes out to Alejandro y Fernando, who suffocated in a trailer being smuggled across our border in hopes of finding a better life out here. My heart also goes out to the 6 LA students that overdosed of fentanyl in LA just the other day, as well as a 15-year-old girl that overdosed with fentanyl just yesterday, a drug that's being trafficked across our border because of our failed weak border policies. Look, John, if we were to take 30 seconds to acknowledge and to recognize all the lives that have been negatively impacted because of our weak border policies that we have today, a year wouldn't be enough.
All right, S.E. Cupp, Anna Navarro, Abraham Enriquez, thank you all for the discussion.